Incredible news announced yesterday for the APP as they, along with 6 other national pickleball organizations, have formed the world's first global professional pickleball tour. And joining us now in the booth is the founder of the APP, Ken Herman, and top men's pro, Jack Monroe. Ken, I'll start with you. How did this come about and why is it so important?
Well, this has always been a passion of mine, being able to grow the sport, but not only here in America, but also internationally. We have had international stops over the years, whether it was in England or Sweden or India, and in getting to work with the other federations and the other entities that are industry leaders, we just started to develop a relationship and realize that with the sport booming as much, we were in England 3 weeks ago and saw so much talent there that there really needed to be a pathway for professionals, not only here in America, but internationally. So many of us have been talking, the last several months. We all were able to get into a room and during England and kind of just put the framework of all this together for the betterment of the sport.
Well, and you just mentioned, I've had the privilege of being able to see it personally, the growth and development of the game internationally in England and India, Australia. What is it about these specific institutions that really made it a good fit for the APP?
I think one of the things I've always tried to do since day one is surround myself around credible people. My inner circle is tight.
Yeah,
you're a part of that circle, Chad. but I just think with getting to establish relationships with different individuals over the years that we've had the tour, that trust, that credibility. The pros want to know that if they're going to go to an international event that's highlighted with the APP and these other organizations, that they know that their experience is going to be the same. But I also was very warm to the fact that all of these entities are helping grow the sport, whether it's from the grassroots level, the amateur level, or at the highest pro level. They've all got their vested interest to see what's really best for the sport. And who knows, as we see this grow with 30 stops this year, I see this really becoming an international, even more so on the global level, with us adding additional stops, hopefully by the end of even this year.
Well, Jack, you're kind of the embodiment of the growth of pickleball. We've seen you really grow up through the sport, now coming into your own over the last 2 seasons. What is it about this global tour and global partnership that really appeals to you as a player?
Well, it's amazing. I've played international tours, and I've been lucky enough to play a few international tour stops, but now as an advocate for not only pickleball domestically, but also internationally, this is amazing. One vision, no disconnect. There's no blockages that we've seen in the past. Now there's truly, like, the grassroots. You have players, like, when I travel internationally, I get to see some of the different talent, and now giving them the same opportunities that I've been able to have or people here in the States have is amazing to see.
I'm going to put you both on the spot. Either one of you can answer this. What do you think that this is going to do for the continued growth and player development across the globe?
Well, I can take a first crack at that player development. This year in England, did we not see great players coming up from Poland, from Hungary,
all over.
from Spain? And they were playing against some of our top Americans on the national team that we brought over there. And we were sitting there just amazed at the talent. I think one of the things that this is going to do is, it's going to share with them the dream, because so many players are trying to get to America. And now they're going to have opportunities with countries closer to them that they can get themselves established to be able to fulfill whatever goals they have for themselves. Jack, what about you as a player?
It's going to raise the bar even higher than we ever thought. Because when we go to these international tour stops, we see how much the talent is improving, and now they're coming to take our lunch money. Like they're coming, and now they have the opportunity too. So we need to work even harder. It's going to raise the bar. The talent's going to get even better, and the play is going to show.
Well, I was going to say that's definitely over the last 3-4 years that we've been over in England. People always ask how far behind was European pickleball. I would have said 4 years ago they were probably 5-6 years behind where we were. Each time we go back, that gap closes, and one of the biggest questions that gets asked myself and Lee Whitwell as part of the APP Next team is how do we come to the US? How do we train? How do we get all of this? So now it's just embodying that whole perspective of growth and development that you were talking about, and really opening up.
Yeah, and you're right. And one of the things that Jack and I spoke about when we were all in England was he was noticing the different styles of play that different countries are bringing on board. The people from England, are they dinking more than the Germans or more than the Swedes? So, that was one thing I know you were really you were kind of, wow, look at the way that they're playing over here.
Astonished. Completely different game styles from just off of, the different sports that the countries have to offer. Super unique, and absolutely, I'm really excited to see that more frequently.
To your point, that's going to raise the level, and what that means is that we all win, seeing better pickleball across the board. Ken, Jack, thank you so much for your time. Truly incredible news for the APP. To find out more, you can go to the app.global, and we'll have more men's singles action coming up after this.